Welcome to another episode of Make Adventure Happen podcast. In this podcast, in every episode, we talk about one country. We share our own experience in the country and we answer some of the most popular questions about this country. That's me, Kaspars, and
Hi.
Una.
Hi guys.
And today we will be talking about a country that only I have been to, so instead of our usual conversation, it will be more like an interview. It's a country in Asia.
I'm doing the interview.
It's Pakistan. It's a country I was really eager to go to, but I was a little bit worried about the country. Same like I think many people would be. Same like many people I think believe also now that it's not the, easiest or safest country to go to. Yeah, Pakistan, a country in Asia, a country of something like 200 million people, so a big country.
Considerable, yes, considerable size.
Yeah, let's start. Una, let's start with the questions.
Okay,
You ask
like
me.
usual, like the usual stuff. Yeah, we choose the questions on Google, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have opened Google and I typed Pakistan, and then let's see what people are asking about Pakistan. Okay, the first question is, what is so special about Pakistan?
So special about Pakistan.
In your opinion, at least. Well, at least.
In my opinion, and from a tourist perspective, I think the most special thing about Pakistan is its mountains. Actually, yeah, the number one thing I would say. Not that many people who haven't researched know that, but Pakistan has some of the best mountain views and so also hiking options and mountain sightseeing in the world. So that's what I would say is the number one thing about Pakistan that I would want people to know about.
Okay, now a couple of history related questions. Okay, so was Pakistan India before Pakistan was Pakistan India?
Pakistan was a part of British India Empire, and then more or less at the end of the Second World War, the country, the British India, was separated. At first it was separated into two countries, India and Pakistan. And Pakistan consisted of East and West Pakistan. The East Pakistan was Bangladesh, West was the Pakistan, and then there was another separation, and now only the Pakistan which is to the left from India is the Pakistan, a separate country. And yeah.
A separate country. It's not a part of India and it's not a part of any other country. It's not a part of Bangladesh. Pakistan is Pakistan.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have googled Pakistan travel because those previous questions were all not about travel and we want travel related questions, so I googled Pakistan travel and let's see. Is it safe to travel to Pakistan right now?
I was in Pakistan in 2021. I spent 1 month. Before going to Pakistan, I knew only what a few friends had told me, and they had told me that it's an amazing country with amazing people and it's generally safe, but bad stuff can happen. Back then when these friends were there, it was a few years before me, they said that they also had heard of some explosions and terrorist activity happening in the country, and so that was some concern. But when I went to Pakistan and when I looked up what other people were sharing and what they were talking on the news about the country and safety in the country, in 2021 it all already felt like a safe country, safe if you follow the rules, because there are places where you are not allowed and where it's considered not safe. But the good thing about Pakistan is that they seem to care about tourists, and as a result, you as a tourist, you as a foreigner, you are not even allowed to go to these places that may have a higher risk than normal. So
Yeah.
they don't even allow it. For example, when you are traveling from the capital of Islamabad to the mountains to the north, to these beautiful mountains that I said that everyone should know about, you are passing through places that are considered less safe, and there they give free like police escorts. That means you are in your car, or maybe you are on a bus. You can also take a bus, very good buses, and police is following. Armed vehicle is following you, guarding you, and
Sounds safe.
I know that some people would say that it sounds unsafe when
No.
they see people with
If
guns.
there is a guard who accompanies you, he's like in his own vehicle, and there's like as I understand, there's like a line of cars, and there's like several guards.
Yeah.
Like several cars with guards. I think it's safe.
I know
Like
that
the opposite.
I know that some people would disagree with you, and I have heard this opinion that why they need guns, but you see,
To shoot people.
you see, I was expecting that there will be like way more guns and way more this protection, and no,
Yeah.
it's not that much. And,
It's for protection. Guns in this case are for protection.
and you don't see them as much as you would expect. You see
Yeah.
them, they protect you, and you feel safe and comfortable. Yeah, safe.
Okay.
I think. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. For me, I also regard it as a safe thing. These guards. Yeah. Okay. So, what are things you need to know before traveling to Pakistan? Like maybe name a few things, like 5.
Mhm. From a tourist perspective, so it's. I think the first thing is the religion and culture. It's an Islamic country. That means more conservative clothing. Number one. I would highly recommend you to wear the traditional dress, because dressing like in the West, or dressing even like in India wearing jeans, or like in Bangladesh actually wearing jeans, it's not really a thing in Pakistan.
Yeah, yes.
Better dress like locals with the Peshawar kameez, or what do you call it? I think you know what.
Shalwar kameez.
Peshawar, like it's a long shirt with big pants and nice.
It looks beautiful, I think. I've seen
Yeah.
photos and I've seen it in real life, because you have it at home and you were showing it to me, and you also bought one from me, and I think it's extremely a nice piece of clothing. It's very beautiful.
So so the culture, religion, and that leads to the how you dress. That's one thing. Second thing, I think it's important to know that for a tourist, what is the question? What is important to know?
What things you need to know before traveling to Pakistan?
Okay, the second thing I think you need to know that the most beautiful part, like visually, is the mountains. And if you are, unless you are a city person, I think you can also skip the cities, because cities are not that beautiful. If you like cities, it's a different thing, but if you are like I would say average tourist, you want the beautiful sights and views. Second thing, remember about the mountains. Unbelievable, like the same beauty like you get in maybe Nepal, but with less tourists and on a much grander scale. The place is just bigger.
And cheaper than in Switzerland, I guess.
Like I believe like 100 times.
Because people compare Pakistan mountains to Switzerland mountains.
Yeah.
And in many people told me that in their opinion the landscape is somewhat similar.
Yeah. first thing religion and culture, and so the dressing part, like dress like a
Mhm.
local better. Second part, don't forget about the mountains.
Mhm.
Mountains are epic.
Mhm.
Third thing, English isn't widely spoken.
Mhm.
That means it will take some time to find someone who
Mhm.
speaks English. You will find, same like in, let's say, Bangladesh, you will
Mhm.
find, but it takes a little bit more
Mhm.
time than in India. Yeah, and the signs, they are not in English oftentimes.
Okay.
Fourth thing, it's very affordable.
Mhm.
Not sure if it's something you like specifically need to know before, but it's good to know that the country is affordable. That means you can also easily do like I did and go for a month and spend a month in the country and get a better idea of the place. And the fifth thing, what else can I add? Yeah, know that there are places where you are not 100% safe and where you won't be even allowed to even unless you have a special permit. There are places that you need a permit for. You will know, you will find out that even if you don't find it out in advance, you will know that when you are, I don't know, going to the bus station, saying, yeah, I want to take a bus there, they will ask you, please show us your permit. That's the 5 things to know.
Okay, and why do tourists go to Pakistan? Why do tourists go to Pakistan? What are the reasons?
I think there is only one reason why
Yes.
most of
which-
tourists
and
go.
It is
The mountains.
okay.
Mountains of the North Pakistan.
Okay, I see.
Incredible.
Mm,
Incredible.
is Pakistan cheap or expensive? I think you mentioned that already.
Cheap.
Why no one visits Pakistan?
For some people, I believe it's they don't know Pakistan and they associate the name with Afghanistan and they think that Afghanistan is crazy, unsafe, and there was war for many years, and now the situation is still not perfect, and many like they associate the name, they think Pakistan is Afghanistan, and the other reason I think is also related to the same like safety issue. People associate Pakistan with Osama bin Laden. He was there for some time, and
Yes.
I think it's the number one reason people like don't like.
A group of people which starts with T. Let's not mention that.
Yeah.
But it's
The
not,
country has a bad reputation,
Yeah.
but it knows that and it has worked hard to improve the security both for its citizens and also for foreigners visiting, and especially for foreigners visiting, because
Yes.
as like I said, they even give you this free police security.
Do I
Yeah.
need a visa to go to Pakistan?
Yeah, Pakistan visa is necessary for most of people, and you also may need this thing called invitation letter. I bought mine from a tour agency. I just messaged a hostel when I was staying, and they arranged all these things. Not crazy expensive for Latvian, for a European, but something like maybe $150 euro to get the papers, all the visa related papers for Pakistan.
Which is safer, India or Pakistan?
Most likely India, but that may also be due to the same reason like why everyone is thinking that Pakistan is unsafe, because Pakistan has this bad reputation. Pakistan really was a dangerous place a decade ago. Not sure, like I guess India is safer, but you don't feel too much different also in Pakistan. And I must say that we have seen a lot of India. We have spent, both of us, like a year in India in all corners of India except for the very north and northeast. Yeah, Pakistan feels somewhat very similar safety-wise. You actually see more guns in India in some places, by the way, than in Pakistan.
What is the safest city in Pakistan?
I believe, again, there is like one one answer. The capital city. The capital city is Islamabad. It's a newly built city. Don't remember the numbers, but it could be something like only 30, 40 years old, and it really does look like that. It's a new place. It's wide roads, nice buildings, shopping malls, and it's completely the opposite of what you expect of Pakistan. Yeah. And all the government buildings are in Islamabad. What else?
Which city is the most beautiful in Pakistan?
Most beautiful city in Pakistan. I think it might be Lahore, because it's the city where you see the old architecture the most of Pakistan. But I personally was most impressed by Peshawar, a city on the border between Pakistan and Afghanistan, because I was really interested to see this part of Pakistani culture. I wanted to see what a Pakistani-Afghani border is like, and what is the life there. And Peshawar really lived up to my expectations. I was expecting to see something like old Delhi kind of vibe, or like old city with the old bazaar and mosques kind of vibe, and I got that in Peshawar. I was going there with the same worries, similar like what I heard about the Pakistan in general, that maybe it's somewhat unsafe. And I remember I went there with a Uber taxi, or what? I think it was Uber, yeah, taxi, a long distance from the capital, maybe like a 3-hour drive or something. And I remember that I agreed with the driver. I told to him, like, if when we arrive to Peshawar and if I feel unsafe, we will agree with you when you can take me back, because I didn't know what to expect. It was the time when the war was ending in Afghanistan, when Americans were leaving, many people were escaping Afghanistan to Pakistan, and so I wasn't sure what to expect, like even more than normally. And then I went out of the car, and I immediately know that I can say my driver, you can go back to Islamabad, I'll be fine, I'll take a bus, I don't need a taxi. Yeah, I felt like so good there.
What are the places to visit? Just name a few places you can visit a tourist can visit in Pakistan.
The places that I would recommend you to visit will depend on how much time you have. If you have like more or less like 2 weeks, then I think you can see both the mountains and a couple of cities. Mountains that's north of Pakistan, the Hunza, Gilgit region. I will just name one spot, one place that I really enjoyed seeing and that impressed me the most. It was Pasu Cones. Pasu, it's a mountain range, like it's a place in the mountains. You can see it just from the car also, like you can go there on a perfect paved road with a taxi and see this out of the world beautiful place. Pasu Cones. It's a very beautiful place in the mountains. I believe there are many more that I haven't been to, and many more that I just don't remember their names. In the mountains, you can also go to the border of Pakistan and China. It's a very cool and unusual place, easy to get to. The road quality is amazing in the north. On the, what is the name? Highway. What was the Karakoram?
Some sort of.
The highway there is perfect. Like, as a name. Highway would suggest perfect.
Okay.
So the north, and from the cities, Peshawar I think is amazing. Lahore for the culture and also India-Pakistan border crossing ceremony. And the last place that I would recommend to add to your itinerary, from what I saw, is Karachi. Go there if you want to see a crazy, unbelievably big city. I like these places, I went there, I enjoyed it, but many I think can skip it.
Are there beaches in Pakistan?
Yes, actually, one of the, I think, world's largest, longest beaches is in Karachi, not the prettiest one, and also because quite a big natural disaster happened there, and oil was spilled in the sea, and you can see that, and
Okay.
there is a beach.
Can you drink tap water in Pakistan, and is water clean in Pakistan?
Tap water I would not drink. I would recommend you to buy bottled water or drink filtered water. But other than that, when it comes to like food and the quality, I had no problems. I actually haven't had problems in any country. Okay, no, wait.
Except India.
India, I had some problems, and Nepal, there is something that doesn't work for me in Nepal. But Pakistan was just good, all good. I didn't drink the tap water and I was all fine, eating all the both simple, cheap street food and more nicer foods.
Okay, I need to search for some other questions because there are not so many good questions in my opinion. Well, it says there's a question: is Pakistan a good holiday?
Is Pakistan a good holiday destination? Depends what is your holiday idea. If you are thinking of mountains, I think it's an incredible destination. I think it's I don't know, at least a few million more can go to Pakistan, to the mountains, and there will be still so much place for everyone. Everyone will be able to enjoy. And the country is actually already ready for more than there are tourists coming. When I was staying in these mountain guest houses, relatively cheap. That means 15-20 euros a night. I was feeling very good.
And
you could see that they are ready. Yeah.
One more question: which country is more beautiful, India or Pakistan? I think you can't really answer that because each country has their own unique places to see and their own like cons and pros, right?
Yeah and no. I think they are somewhat very similar because they have a similar geography. They both have a part of territory in the Himalayas. Accordingly, they both have high mountains. I haven't been to places with beautiful mountains in India, so I'm just assuming that they are similar. And then there is the rest of the country, which could be somewhat similar. India has nicer beaches, definitely.
I see, Goa, yes, for sure.
Pakistan most likely also has some nice beaches, but they are not easily accessible.
Okay.
So they could be similar with nicer beaches in India. Yeah, but it's from the tourist perspective.
What's the best food in Pakistan and what's the most famous food in Pakistan?
The number one food that I ate and I saw was biryani. Biryani is rice with with spices and usually meat, but can also be with vegetables only. Very good biryani. I like biryani. I like biryani in Pakistan, in India, in Bangladesh. But you know what's the interesting thing about food is that, as I remember thinking back then, that Pakistan food is like better for me personally. I like Pakistan food more than food in India because of this simple fact that you can get also, if you want, you can get also somewhat more plain food in Pakistan. And that's a thing that I think is important for some people, for example for us, that sometimes we just don't want everything spicy. We may love it, we may eat it happily every day, but then comes this one day when we want something more plain, but still not just plain rice. And then in India it was a struggle always, except for dal, rice and dal. And in Pakistan, I felt like there are more foods that are not as spicy and still good.
What are there curries in Pakistan?
Yeah, they eat curries in Pakistan, but still I would say that like the biryani is the king of the food that you see most everywhere.
Okay.
And the other food that you see so much everywhere. And also the food that I was like really surprised is that fried eggs. They eat fried eggs for the breakfast with their bread and maybe some like dal or dal curry, but fried eggs. Like I was surprised. I was thinking that they eat just the the bread and their bread, not the European bread, their bread and some curry, but eggs. I was surprised about this thing.
Okay, so
I was eating it every day.
is it legal to drink alcohol in Pakistan? I know that we don't really drink alcohol, but what was your, what did you think when you, what's your opinion?
I saw alcohol 0 times in 1 month in Pakistan, like 0. I never even heard it mentioned. I also didn't meet. No, I met one foreigner in 1 month in Pakistan. Yeah, one European foreigner and one I think was man from Malaysia or Singapore. And yeah, no alcohol. You don't hear it mentioned. And I actually remember reading that alcohol is available only at one hotel, hotel bar in Islamabad. It's really not a thing in Pakistan.
Okay, so there are not so many good questions. How to get around Pakistan? Well,
How to get around?
yeah, that's my question.
The
That's what I
best
thought. Yeah.
thing, the best way of getting around is will depend on where you want to go. Relatively short distances, a few 100 kilometers, like a few hours, bus. Longer distances, train or flight. It is possible to fly to quite a few places in Pakistan. Yeah, so flights, plane and long distance trains. And by the way, the trains, what I wanted to say, the train station in Islamabad, the capital of Pakistan, is not what you think. It's more like a train station in Portugal or Spain, like in a small town, not in the capital of a big Asian country.
Okay. So
So these are the most popular. Some people also
this is
rent or buy motorbikes. Also a big thing for the north of Pakistan.
okay.
Yeah.
So which is the luxury city of Pakistan? An interesting question.
Luxury city of Pakistan.
Yeah, it says Lahore.
Lahore. Lahore is a city that I remember for two things. One, the Indian border is nearby, and there is a very spectacular thing that I think every tourist who has at least some interest in it should visit and do. It's the border closing ceremony. An impressive sight. Like they do a special ceremony performance, like an hour-long performance. Interesting to see on both sides. I have seen on both sides. We have seen together
Yeah.
in India.
Yeah, that was very unusual.
Crazy, interesting, like a military parade kind of thing mixed with dancing and singing and funny, like really interesting and nationalistic and but interesting
In a good way, yeah.
like a family kind of
Vibe.
going out like vibe, yeah. And the other thing that I remember Lahore for is women. You see women on the streets a lot and they are dressed differently than in other parts of Pakistan. In other parts they are mostly in a fully black clothing, very conservative, but in Lahore you see more of India kind of dresses. Sorry, like a sari and kind of feels like India actually, Lahore. And they have one of the top worst air qualities in the world, Lahore.
Yeah, okay. Which is the worst city when it comes to air pollution in Pakistan? What do you think?
I think it's Lahore.
Okay. And what is the most beautiful city in Pakistan? The most beautiful.
The most beautiful for me, I think for tourists mostly Lahore, but for me personally Peshawar.
Okay.
Because I like this, bazaar kind of mosques and old streets and narrow lanes and these kind of things more.
Yeah, this is a nice question, a good question. What is the best time of year to visit Pakistan?
Pakistan has a like the climate is somewhat similar to Southeast Asia. That means it's kind of warm during the winter and hot and rainy like in the summer. But for the mountains, which is a number one thing for many people, for the mountains in the north of Pakistan, summer is actually the best time to go because you have warm weather. Green, everything is green and lush and nice. So summer for mountains and
Yeah, and how many days you would recommend for people for visiting Pakistan?
how many days? I think it's one of those countries where I would recommend a longer visit, and that means 2 weeks. You can also easily spend more. Yeah, so you can like truly take in the beauty of the mountains, and especially if you're going now when the tourism is still sorry, but the tourism is still just starting and you can have many places all to your own and just to like really take in this incredible opportunity. The mountains, the views there, the villages, the towns, unbelievable. And yeah, so 2 weeks will just let you have more
Scratch
time.
the surface.
Yeah, you will anyway scratch only the surface because it takes time to travel. Especially if you take a bus, it can take like half a day to travel or full day to go somewhere.
And the favorite question you all are waiting for: can I wear shorts in Pakistan?
Can you wear short? What do they say? Okay, they say the same
I
thing.
would say no.
They say the same thing. Women should wear clothing that covers their knees, so no shorts or skirts. Men should cover their shoulders. Like I said at the very beginning of this video and this audio, this podcast, that Pakistan is one of those countries where I would highly recommend you to dress like a local, not wear shorts. They don't wear shorts. You will feel silly wearing shorts.
I think shorts is like
Boyish.
clothing for small boys, like for school boys. Maybe it's a part of school uniform.
Maybe no. I think no. In Pakistan, I think maybe it was
Maybe
probably
it's
in the
for,
past.
maybe it's shorts are for the gym. Maybe.
Not even sure about this one.
Yeah. Okay.
In Pakistan, I didn't wear shorts. I felt silly wearing a t-shirt, like pants and a t-shirt. I felt silly because no one is wearing a t-shirt, a regular t-shirt.
But a button down short.
Button-down shirt, okay, yeah. But anyway, you feel more like a part of a community, a part of more like a normal person if you are wearing the local dress.
Okay.
No shorts.
I think that's it for now.
Pakistan, last words. Summing it up. Underrated country with incredible nature. Not sure if you will like the cities. I think many people will not like cities in Pakistan, but nature, unbelievable. It's been 2.5 years since 2 years and a few months since I was there, and I still can't get over the fact of how incredibly beautiful is the nature there. I think the number one reason why it feels so is because so many people are there, so you can be alone. So good quality road going there, you feel like you are driving on a highway in Dubai. It's like the highway there, the main highway is good quality for a very big part. And the third reason I think is that it's a relatively big place, so you don't feel like in a small valley like sometimes you feel in some places in Nepal, or I remember feeling the same also in Norway. In Pakistan you have a feeling like these mountains, like they are big, but there is this distance and unbelievable feeling to be there. I can highly recommend you to go there and experience that yourself. That's it for today. Until next time.